And we saw sales this June at 3.2, 4, 4.1, 4.5, 5.5. And the record breaker, I think, was in Lorne Park at 6.5 million.
6.5.
6.5. Hi, I'm Kate Peterson.
And I'm Brian Peterson.
And this is
June 2026 Market Update. So what happened in June this month?
We saw a lot of sales in South Mississauga this month. Actually, sales were up quite considerably in South Mississauga compared to the GTA, or actually the whole GTA as a whole.
Yeah, sales seem to be going up month over month. What about new listings?
New listings were down.
Okay.
New listings were down. So you know what that means.
Yeah. Well, if new listings are down year or month over month, then it starts to tighten the supply that we have, and buyers might be feeling a little more competition when they're competing for the homes.
But you and I both found that was really specific to certain pockets across the GTA too, right? Like certain price points.
Bloor West in Toronto seems to always be going off.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Now, we're really based in South Mississauga, and I really noticed a big change in South Mississauga sales this year. The number one thing that I saw was, for some reason, we had a lot of people with some good cash, a lot of luxury homes sold this year compared to last.
So what about the average price then?
The average price jumped way up, but that's a function of the statistics, right? Mm-hmm. And the activity went up. So let's remove the luxury properties that sold. I'm just taking a quick second here to do that. Remind me again, what was the highest sale price in June of last year?
In June of last year, the highest sale was 3.175.
And we saw sales this June at 3.2, 4, 4.1, 4.5, 5.5. And the record breaker, I think, was in Lorne Park at 6.5 million.
6.5.
6.5. Beautiful home, obviously. But that's really going to skew our average price. So if I match the pricing from last year and this year to take out all of those luxury properties, we've got a really cool button here. It says statistics, and I can pull that. That actually brings this average sale price this year down to 1.6 for South Mississauga. And what was it last year?
3.175.
No, that was the highest sale price, the average sale price.
1.47.
1.47. So our average price has still slightly moved up, which is really good news for our sellers.
So I guess you have to take the average price across all of Mississauga, having a bit of a spike in June, with a grain of salt.
With a grain of salt, absolutely. I mean, it was a good time for people with some extra cash to be buying. Days on market, 22 days on market on average. But what does that really mean, the average days on market, when we pull our stats?
It's how long it takes a home to sell, but you have to take into account the price drops, because those aren't built into the average days on market. It might actually be a bit higher than what we're seeing.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding too. I mean, how many assessments have we done where we've looked in the property history and we see it on the market and then they cancel it or terminate it and relist, and that starts the counter over again.
It's an all too common story in this market. Pricing. It's always key.
It's always key. And, we've seen properties on the market for, 18 months, 2 years, 2.5 years. I don't know why somebody would want to go through that experience.
You got me.
Honestly, I really don't know. So what pocket in the GTA? Now, I know we're South Mississauga mainly, but, we have been working all over the GTA. Where have you been finding the hottest markets let's call it this year so far?
I find South Burlington with the around $1 million to $1.3 million mark for the side splits, the back splits. Those seem to be moving pretty quickly.
They're moving quickly. Who's the buyer for those?
People making that jump up. People who are moving up from their condos, their condo townhouses.
Yeah. Now, for anybody who's got a condo, though, I mean, I know we're recommending across the board, get those sold first.
Get the condo sold first. Yes, a condo is extremely hard to sell in our current market because it is still so saturated with new listings.
So saturated. I mean, we've got a number of condos on the market right now. Some of ours have been on the market for a little while, and we're getting a little pushback from our clients on the pricing, but there's still so much inventory. in that condo sector. So for our first time home buyers, there's some real deals to be had in the condo market.
A lot of deals for condos.
Yeah. Now, I know that a lot of people get really worked up over the maintenance fees on condos. But when we're sitting down with people, I know I've heard you on the phone. I've heard you have those conversations where you're doing the math with them to make sure the overall budget for their taxes, their maintenance fees, and their purchase price, that it all fits into their maximum monthly budget, right?
Of course, it's about their bottom line at the end of the day. You have to make sure that not only your mortgage payments are okay, but everything outside of just the base mortgage costs work for your day-to-day budget.
So, looking across the GTA, we saw this in the Market Watch report for June. We saw market activity, buying, going up as a percentage.
Sales were up, 9.4%.
9.4% sales were up. So great news for sellers. Does that mean some of the inventory is finally being absorbed into the marketplace?
Yeah. It's been a few months of higher sales month over month, and especially year over year.
And what about new listings coming on the market? Because
again, down a few months in a row of double digit percentage being down new listings year over year.
Year over year, new listings are coming down. Why are people not putting their properties on the market then?
But they're still holding on to the COVID pricing. They can't get what they're looking for based on what they saw a couple years ago, and they're unwilling to accept where our current market is.
That's fair. So if they don't need to sell, they shouldn't go on the market.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
If you can hold on, may as well hold on.
You may as well hold on.
But it's what works best for you in your situation. What's it going to do for your move today versus 3 years from now when we don't know if the market's going to go up?
We have no idea when it's going to turn around. Now, what we know about markets is markets go up, they come down, they go up again. But on average, over the years, real estate goes up.
Yes, of course. It corrects, but over time, it should have a slight increase.
So interest rates have been holding steady. What impact are we seeing on interest rates holding steady on the market right now? What are we seeing there?
Well, the more it stays around the same, the more people get acclimatized to what is currently available.
Right.
They're going to stop sitting on the sidelines because they start asking themselves the questions, how long am I going to sit here waiting to get into the housing market?
Yeah. And that's really what we're seeing. We're actually having a lot more buyers asking us questions, and activity at our open houses has been really great. People are out there shopping.
What sort of mortgage rates terms have you been seeing?
Most people are picking a 3-year term is what I've been seeing, and variable rates. Everybody and our mortgage reps are telling us, I always defer to the mortgage reps, right?
Of course. They're the experts.
They're the experts. So I always defer to the mortgage reps. They're all recommending the variable rates right now, that's the safest way to go. And then if there's any sign on the horizon that the base rate might go up, people can lock in. And that gives them security. A lot of home sales are happening too right now because of, and this is where some of the quote deals are being found. People who bought in that COVID bubble when the rates were really, really low, they're on the market now because when the rates came up, and they're not even that crazy, but they can't afford their payments.
It's unfortunate. There's a lot of people really hurting out there.
Yeah, and so there are some homes on the market where people are willing to let them go, unfortunately under what they had paid for those homes, but it has been a reality for many people. So I know as a team we've been talking, get our buyers off the sidelines. Mm-hmm. There are some really, really good properties out there. And that's really what we're looking at right now, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.